What's up, everybody? We are back at the end of 2024 and we are trying out all sorts of new things. Step one, as you can see, we are streaming live on the YouTubes. Not that we'll never do Twitch again, but we figure most of our content pops up on YouTube anyway, so we may as well put all this content here as well. So we're coming to you live, and today it's going to be just myself. Salty Shy is doing his own thing today. But what I wanted to talk a little bit about on this particular channel is this is Salty Island RPG, and as you can see from our playlist, we've got all of two tops RPGs that we've played. And not that we've never played other RPGs, we just didn't really get around to recording a lot of things. And then that's our fault. So, starting in 2025, we're going to be using this channel a lot more. And I am actually going to be somewhat co opting this channel here. I'm going to be using it as my personal vlog because in 2025, we are doing something that I honestly never thought that I was going to do, and that is we are going to try a LARP. I am a little concerned. There's a lot about LARPs that I've never done. There's also some things that I have done, and I kind of just wanted to use this stream and then the subsequent VODs to sort of document my journey leading up to the event Heinefall. So a couple of quick things here. Let's start with the easy ones. First one is, what is Heinefall? That's a valid question. Heinefall is a live action role play. And okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, this actually worked. Nice. So Final Fall is a live action role play. Um, it is takes place, as you can see, in November. The current one just completed. Next year's will be November, I believe, 11th through the 17th or 16th. No, 11 through 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 11 through the 15th. It is a 5-day event. It is a live action role play, and it is pretty much sort of what you're familiar with if you do fantasy type LARPs. If for those of you who've never fantasy LARPed, and I'm there with you, so this is going to be a big learning experience. The setting itself, it's pretty much like a Ren Fair. If you go to a Ren Fair, you kind of have the basis for what a LARP is. A couple of things that change on it is first one is everyone at this Ren Fair will be in character. And from what I understand, they're pretty much going to be in character the vast majority of the event. There, as you can see, is things like weapons. There will be some buffered combat, and that's for another video entirely. But basically, we do swing padded swords at each other. Hitting people with padded sticks is always hilarious. As you can see, there is camping. Everyone is in full costume. There is just some people have some extremely nice costumes. In fact, from what I understand, a lot of people have extremely nice costumes. So that will be a big one. That's going to be pretty new. Um, and it will be a whole bunch of new things. I'm gonna. This is just gonna be a little unscripted thing where I'm just kind of sharing thoughts, and it's mostly for myself and anybody who is also interested and has never done a LARP before. Hopefully, one day people might find these videos and find them useful, and maybe it might encourage you to try this out for the first time. So, talk a little bit about my experience here. I guess the big one for me is I have done some live action role play, but it's not this type of live action role play. Uh, I have a while back, I got to participate with Vampire the Masquerade, Vampire the Requiem, both games by White Wolf, pretty classic RPGs. And then there's a group called Mind's Eye Society that is I think it's across the U.S. where they have a live action role play narrative that kind of goes on and takes place in multiple cities, yada yada yada. There's a whole bunch to it. That was live action role play. I did get to do full costumes, played a vampire. I in Vampire the Requiem, I got to play a Galoy, which was super fun. And in Vampire the Masquerade, I got to play a daughter of Cacophony. Anybody who's watched any of my other videos or follows me on any social media will probably understand the ironic irony and the significance that I played both those clans, and they were extremely fun. I had a lot of fun, and the role playing portion of it is not a problem. The improv, the being in character, that's all super fun things that I love. The costuming, obviously, as a cosplayer, super love that also. The big changes for me is one, I do not cosplay in the Renaissance era. Vampire the Masquerade and Vampire the Requiem were both modern setting. And by that, I mean they took place in what was literally today's timeline, the 2000s, 2020s, whatever the current time period that we're living in. And so my clothes got to reflect that. And they got to be obviously a little more stylized than what your average day wear would be. But I got to basically just go shopping for clothes. Cosplay, obviously. Cosplay is different because cosplay, you are trying to replicate an anime or a show or whatever it is that you're cosplaying from. And in this current modern time of cosplay, cosplay is kind of very accessible. I won't say it's easy, but it's very accessible for everyone to get into. You can just go to eBay, type your favorite character. There's many websites, a lot of them from China, that will make you surprisingly good quality costumes. I remember back in early 2000s, 2010s, getting a nice cosplay was the struggle. A lot of it was commission work. A lot of it had to be, ordered ahead of time. Uh, Sometimes, if it was an obscure character, you weren't going to find what you're looking for. You had to commission someone specifically to make it, and then you got it, and you didn't know if it would fit, and it was a mess. It was a mess. Whereas the modern day, if it's anything remotely popular, chances are you can just find it. And God forbid you're a Genshin or a Hoyoverse cosplayer, like they're everywhere. Like as soon as a character is released, chances are one of the China shops will already have a cosplay ready for you to buy at an extremely affordable price. Like prior to our plans for this, Jane Doe from ZZZ. It was a when I made that decision, it was a pretty new character. Like it had just released, and I think there was already a cosplay for sale for $150, all in everything, all the entire outfit, with another like $50 for the wig and the props. And I was just like, that's $200. The whole costume is ready. You can pay a little bit more to have it custom sized, but within a few months, I would have had the entire cosplay done, and that's it. That's blows my mind from where cosplay originally was when I first got into it a while ago. Um, but Ren Fair is a whole new beast to me. As you can see, it's a different style, obviously. So a lot of the cosplay I have doesn't translate over, and as you can see, it's not modern. So I will need to do a lot of looking into. Let's see if I can. Actually, here I got this video that I queued up. I'm just gonna like put this on here in the background, and this way, you guys, I'll just run this in the background, so you can kind of get like a little visual of what's going on. Apologize for the trash frame rate. YouTube doesn't let me stream at you know great frame rates. So yeah, I don't own anything, any clothes that are appropriate for a Ren Fair setting, much less 5 days of costuming. And I guess that's the second one. Cosplay and vampire are usually like I have an outfit, I use it for 1 day, and then for vampire, it's just usually they're usually just 1 day events, and I go home. With cosplay, I have a hotel, and I get out of costume, and they take place in a nice modern setting like a convention center, or when I did vampire it was like a ballroom or like in a rented enclosed indoor location. As you can quickly see by the video here, there is not much that's indoor, and what's indoor is also not the same as vampire. Um, and one thing that I've kind of just by looking into it is the clothes are not just aesthetic, but there has to be some level of functionality, and it's not like full functionality where it's not a reenactment, right? The clothes don't need to be like the armor doesn't need to be 100% functional armor. The clothes don't need to be 100% time period accurate. There is a fantastical and expressive theatrical element to it in that the look is not trying to be historically accurate, but it is trying to be representative of a time period, of a setting. However, with cosplay, I've had cosplays that I've worn once to a con and has basically exploded, and I it's fine. That it did its purpose, and I never needed to use it again, and it's not a problem. But with Ren Fair, first is I'm going to be outdoors all day, and I'm going to be moving around outdoors, and I'm going to say the word outdoors a lot because I'm going to get to that in a second. Interacting with people and participating in this uh, improv setting. Um, and so there's going to come a bunch of new challenges that I'm going to have to actually keep in mind when I'm doing costuming. And the first one that I kind of want to talk about is it's camping. It's 5 days. As you can see, there's probably not a hotel, and there isn't. It's there's You're going to be camping. I think they showed some pictures a little earlier in one of these videos of the campgrounds. Now, let me see if I can just skim back to this really quick. But yeah, I mean it's literal camping. Um, and I have literally never in my life camped before. And if I've ever joked that I've camped, by camp I mean I went somewhere that had a hotel, and then maybe I did something in the outdoors for a couple of hours, tops. Camping is not particularly my thing. I've never wanted to camp. And growing up in Hawaii, my friends camped. Uh, my friends did things where they went to the beach and slept out on the beach because it's Hawaii. The weather's perfect. You can do that. I've never done that with them, so I've not even done that. Um, I I've never done an event where I've not slept in a bed unless it's been on the floor of a hotel room because I passed out from being too drunk, and that's such a relative statement that it doesn't even count. So camping is brand new, and I'm having to do a lot of research. And camping is not cheap. Um, camping is its own thing. So I'm excited. I am excited. Excited is a relative statement, but I'm also a little nervous about it because it's just something I've not experienced, and I'm if you know me in real life, I'm not really well equipped to to survive. If a zombie apocalypse ever happened, I would probably just say I would offer to let my friends kill me and eat me, but I'm also not very filling for anyone who would want to eat me. So like it's not great. I'm not great. I'm not made for the wilds. Um, so that's a big one. I don't have any camping gear, so part of my vlog is going to be me documenting my learning experience, and I'll show people what I've learned, and I'll show people what I buy, and kind of share my learning curve here for that. So that's a big one. That's a very big one. The second one being it is a 5 day event, and while I've done 5 day cons, it's a lot of convention is very different. Like you go in and out. You can engage. I mean, this one you can engage when you want, but uh, I guess immersive is not what I would call a convention. Right at an anime con, you dress up and you just kind of hang out with your friends, and you don't always have to think about the improv, and you don't have to think about the character, and sometimes like when I'm in cosplay, I literally don't even think about the character I'm in until someone references the character, that they're a fan of the character or something like that, and that's fine. That's part of the enjoyment of anime cons. Whereas this one is the a lot of the enjoyment will be the immersiveness, getting to participate in the setting, be in character for as much time as I can probably stand. and yeah, and I guess there's other things as well. With anime, I'm recreating a character that already exists. In a LARP, I will be creating my own character, and that's nothing new. We do RPGs all the time, and like I said, I've done Vampire, the Masquerade, and the Requiem. So being in character for an extended period of time, not a problem. That one I'm pretty excited about. But it's just gonna be something new where the time it's 5 days of getting to be in character. And I'm both very excited and a little curious to see how I'll be able to handle that. Then so I will also be vlogging my character creation process in terms of the concept, the backstory, uh, and then putting together the outfits, because I again have no outfits for any of this. So I will be showing everyone what I buy in terms of the clothes, where I get them. I'll probably also use this as a fun little vlog to get to keep what do we call it about, like a price list, a little pricing guide, so that you can all see how much I've spent. I'll probably have like a little column on the one side for camping supplies, one column for costuming supplies, and then maybe like a miscellaneous column. Let everyone see, how this all works out. So that'll be exciting, and I hope that you guys will all, anybody who's watching this on a replay, will be able to get something from these videos. I guess the last thing, in regards to Heinefall, um, I guess Texas is weather. Weather is cold, so I'll have to take that into consideration. And yeah, so that is pretty much the big announcement for Salty Island RPG, as well as Salty Island Games. Salty Shy will be attending Heinefall with me. We'll be going, and that'll be our big convention. We're somewhat trading this event for the usual anime cons that we go to, just to try something new, experience something new, be in a new state and a new city that I've never been to. And I'm really excited. I hope that this video one day, maybe people will find this. And if you are brand new to LARP, or Ren Fair, or camping, or costuming, I hope that this series of videos will be able to provide you guys some idea about what's going on that. So that's pretty much it for today. I wanted to just give a shout out that we're back. We'll also be doing some traditional RPG content here, so it won't just be all Hideful. We'll be actually trying to do more RPGs and bring it to you guys so that you can enjoy and share in our hobby with us as well. So peace out, everybody. Have a great end to 2024, and I look forward to seeing you all in 2025. Later.